Welcome to Lithuania. I'm Gabby, this is Sam, and together with our Sprinter van, we invite you along on our van life adventures. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.
After we spent almost 2 gorgeous weeks on the Isle of Skye, we decided to head up towards the NC500. Many people had told us that the west coast had the best scenery, so we decided to head across Scotland to Inverness to complete the NC500 in an anti-clockwise direction from east to west. We began our NC500 with a quick stop at Ferry Glen, and the waterfall, like so many others in the Highlands, enriched all of our senses and got us excited for the journey ahead. Once we left Ferry Glen, we headed towards our first stop for the night at Loch Fleet.
We got some specialty potatoes over here. How exciting is this? Posh fish and chips.
Yum.
Yum, yumsicles. That's looking good as well. We've got some lovely homemade tartar sauce from Isle of Skye as well. So excited to try that.
In the morning, we were once again gifted with beautiful scenery and continued to head north up the east side of Scotland towards Castle Sinclair, Gairnigo.
These consultants, Pelican design consultants, done this awesome cross section. So what we see here, this tower, is actually right in front of us. So you can see where that massive hole was. They had this beautiful oriel window, and you can just see the remaining detail of the bottom of that window. And they've done a drawing showing how that window would look like over there, and that would light this massive dining hall. It's fascinating.
You can see the wood up there from that balcony that would come out. Obviously it's not timber, but the stones.
Oh yeah.
Where the timber balcony would have come out. Yeah. So interesting.
Are you serious now? You're gonna destroy these pancake towers. Please, careful. Oh, it's like a nature Jenga, isn't it? Whoa.
You look like mine.
You win against the gravity of stones.
However, Nature was about to get its own back.
Where are you, little guy?
I see him! I see him!
Oh shit, we found him. He's beeping and all sorts.
He's here! Oh!
That was scary, wasn't it?
Oh man.
That was low batteries as well, wasn't it?
I've not backed up any of the stuff on the memory card from Sky.
So what happened? Where did it go?
The wind just started taking him and I saw him go over the water here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then I saw grass again when I was looking down with the camera. I was like, ditch, ditch, ditch.
But we were afraid he would have landed on some inaccessible little island. Like, there's so many places we just can't get to. Like, you know, if it landed over there, there's no chance of us getting over there. Crazy.
We've just arrived at John O'Groats and we've run out of bread. So I'm going to try a very first Verlindi Vanna, and that's to bake some bread in the van. Let's see how it turns out. One of the benefits of proving it in the tin that I'm going to bake it in is that I'm going to wash my hands now and wash everything up, and then when it's finished proving I just stick it straight in the oven. Okay, so the loaf's been in there for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. Let's have a check. Oh, that looks good. Oh, not bad. Very happy with that. I'll let that just sit there on the side to breathe, and we should have some nice fresh bread tomorrow morning. As we arrived to John O'Groats after dark, we were excited to go and explore the area on the following morning, but unfortunately there wasn't really that much to see. We were, however, able to get our token photo with the John O'Groats sign before heading off towards Dunnet Head, the most northerly tip on mainland Britain. When we finished at Dunnet Head, we got back on the road. We were heading towards our next destination when we came across this beautiful bay. If anyone knows what these things on the beach are, please let us know in the comments below. We came across this lake. We've got no idea where it was. It was just at the side of the road on the NC500. And that's the special thing about Scotland, is it doesn't really matter where you go or what you plan to do. Just make sure that you always plan for the unexpected special surprises, because Scotland's nature will gift you left, right and centre. We finally made it to our destination, just up from the beach, and stayed the night in this lay-by, and in the morning we went for a walk on the beach. The beaches in Scotland seem like they belong in the Caribbean, Endless golden sand and blue water makes for some pretty unforgettable moments. We were soon back on the road, and the next destination was one we were very excited about. Smoo Cave definitely exceeded our expectations. Neither of us have ever been in such a huge cave, and it was another wonderful unexpected surprise whilst on our route. We were glad that we went there, just after sunrise, because there was nobody else there. But it is possible to book onto guided tours where you can be shown around deep within multiple caves. But we were satisfied with what we saw, and before long, we were back on the road, towards the destination that defines the NC500, at least for me as a civil engineer anyway, the Kylesku Bridge. But before we got there, we got yet another opportunity to see the beautiful landscape that Scotland has to offer, as well as meeting some local residents too. We arrived to Kylesku Bridge just as the sun was going down. So I found some driftwood, chopped it up, we had a bonfire, Gabby cooked some dinner, and then chilled out for the evening. And it sort of wrapped up the NC500 for me in a way, because this is the bridge that I'd longed to see in the flesh. We spent some time there, a few hours, chilled out, had some breakfast, went for a walk, and it was from this point that I felt that we had left the NC500, when in actual fact there was still a fair bit to see. When we left the Kylesku Bridge and said goodbye to our neighbours, we headed to meet up with some friends we'd met earlier in the trip on the Isle of Skye, Reese and Amy. But unfortunately, we ran into some unexpected traffic along the way.
Hello.
Hello there. Hello there, friends. Would you mind if we squeeze past?
It was so good to see Reese and Amy again. They were pretty much the only other humans we'd seen in our whole time on the NC500, and when we met up with them, we headed to go and see the world's smallest castle.
King of the castle, do this, do that.
So small.
That's what she said.
After we found the castle, we hiked back towards the vans and headed towards our spot for the evening at Ardvett Castle. And of course, Gabs couldn't resist to go for a dip in the ice-cold water with Reese and Amy. The following morning we decided to go and find the biggest waterfall in the UK, but unfortunately, when we got there, it was a 12-kilometre hike from the car park and it was pouring down with rain. So instead, we headed towards the nearest waterfall. It was very slippery at the top of the waterfall, so we jumped back in the vans, drove down to the bottom, and trekked up towards the foot of the waterfall. It was one of the most awe-inspiring moments of our whole trip. Unfortunately, Reese and Amy were heading north, and we were heading south, so we said our goodbyes.
So here we are, we just arrived at the Corishalach George, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's got this amazing suspension bridge under which the waterfalls are just coming from all directions, and it's absolutely beautiful, love it. And as you can see in the background, Sam has just walked over the bridge and is trying to fly his drone while there is no wind. But the suspension bridge is something else, it's so cool. Only 6 people are allowed at the same time. And as you can see, the waterfalls from all directions into the gorge. It's incredible. My favorite thing about the waterfalls is to also see all the greenery and beautiful nature around them that just get this constant spray of water to keep them happy. So we're doing this then. Road normally impassable in winterly conditions. And as you can see, we had a bit of snow last night, so that's going to be fun.
Challenge accepted. There's snow on the ground, and I shouldn't look at the camera. Wow.
So we're just making our way up the Apple Crossing, and it's proper cold here, and very slippery and windy and snowy and all of that. Pretty cool, huh? Sam's trying to get the drone back. We're just filming as we're going up and lost signal completely, so no idea what the little drono is. Hopefully we'll find him. You happy to see the snow, Sam?
Yes!
How is the van doing in the snow though?
It's fine. We've got our winter tyres from when we lived in Sweden, so it's all good.
So we made it all the way this hill. We're not quite at the top, but we thought we'll make the most of the little rays of sun.
It's so beautiful. Look at the sky.
Pretty! Wows. We made it to the top of the Apple Crossing. Balaknabar, what's it called?
Bilaknabar.
Balaknabar.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
So we had some adventures going up, didn't we?
Yeah, we lost the drone. That wasn't fun.
And who found the drone?
Gavia found it. She finds everything.
everything.
Thanks so much for watching our NC500, and also huge thanks for your support. Since our last video, we've now reached 1,000 subscribers, and if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe yourself, and tune in next time when we head to Fort Augustus, Plodder Falls, and we end our time in Scotland with this scary climb up the tallest mountain in the UK. Until next time, Merry Christmas from us, keep safe, over and out.